Good morning. Today happens to be Thursday, the fourth day of the week, and the day we dedicate to open doors to the frontiers of knowledge. The new knowledge that might seem to be a fairy tale, but with the development of technology and rapid advancement would be something very commonplace in next 4 to 5 years. World Economic Forum has stated very clearly that by 2020 there will be many technologies which have a dream-like quality but would be an actualized, realized dream by 2020. 4 years more. By the time the first term of Donald Trump is over, there's few technologies which shall be very commonplace. How about having a look at them? First we'll come back to the implants. All these technologies I'm going to talk about today are either implants or they are wearables. Now, you remember that when I talked last time about brain jacking and med jacking, I had talked of implants in the brain to help Parkinson's. But a new technology from the University of California, Berkeley is coming up and is coming up in a big way. And the technology is that there will be brain implants that will help you take proper decisions. These implants would be able to assist you to take a decision when you are in doldrums, when you are confused, when you are undecisive, when you cannot take a decision, when you don't know what is right and what is wrong. These implants would be your moral nudge. They will be your guiding principle and they'll tell you what to do next, what course to adopt, out of the multiple choices, which choice to take. Now, this is something really great in the sense that while you are in a moral dilemma or you are in ethical values are being floundered or you don't know what to do, here is something inside your brain which tells you do this. Now this technology is basically your gut which has been given electrical impulses and tells you what to do. Great, isn't it? You have always been hesitant to be guided by the gut. You have always been hesitant because you have been taught think before you act. Now the thinking part would be done by the implant and it will tell you out of the options A, B, C, select option, whichever is appropriate for you. This would help you enable, take decisions which might be very uncomfortable if you take them by yourself. It will reduce the risk of wrong decisions. Some impediments can always be there. Some shortfalls can always be there, but it will be there. And how about having smart skin? Now, smart skin is a technology which has been developed like 3D printer. But it's more like a wearable tattoo. You wear it on your body. When you go to the hospital, they put the smart skin on your hand and do all the readings of your body through that smart skin. There is a chip in that skin which tells all your vital signs to the doctor or to the nurse. And you have no worry at all. Not only that, they can also feed you medication and food through the smart skin. A very compendium of pharmacopoeia in a small wearable tattoo And if this thing comes, the pain, the misery of the children, the old people, getting the needle and the injections, swallowing bitter medication, getting intravenous medication, all that pain and misery would be over, and it will be more authentic. The doctors would be able to have a look at the screen and know through your smart screen all the functioning of your body and be able to take a decision that will enable them further. One thing more, one of the scientists said that this smart scan would also enable your partner to know how you really feel. You might be telling your partner, well, you love the partner, but inside you don't. So the smart skin will send a signal. If the partner has sufficient data to read that screen, sufficient capability, and the resources to analyze the reading of the screen. But on the whole, this technology is again going to be very, very common by 2020. It has already been tested, lab tested, man tested, FDA is looking at it. Maybe in the next 2 years, the first trials might be there, and by 2020, as I said, by the time the next presidential election takes place, this would be telling the opinion poll takers what the people really feel, and this sort of stupidity they made this time would not happen. How about the third technology? Microchip implant. The microchip plant would download all the data of your mind outside and from outside into your mind. Say you want to, if there's a microchip implant in your body, that data can Google anything and give it the information to your brain. So there is a synchronization, there is a link between the brain implant and this microchip implant. The complete data would be downloaded, analyzed, and you are presented with facts which do not lie. You become a veritable computer by yourself. This technology has been tested in the lab. It is yet to be tested on the animals and the human beings. But then it's a sort of time. 4 years is a long time, as World Economic Forum says. At the recent meeting of the Global Governance Council, these technologies were shown. And there's a lot of promise in that. And now let's come to another technology. Many of you know people who are colorblind. They're driving. And when the green light turns into red, they don't know. And when the red light turns into orange and then to green, they don't know. The result is accidents. The colorblind people have a major problem. So there's an implant for that. And that is you hear color. It's a sort of a plug in your ear. It's an ear plug which transmutes the color into the brain function, the audio function. You know, we have been seeing the audio being converted into light. Here, light is being converted into audio and transmitted in your brain. So you're wearing the plug, you're going, and then you may not be able to see the color, but that brain has perceived the color. And not only the traffic accidents or the driving issue, you're going on a drive, you go to a new place, and you can close your eyes and still enjoy the beauty of the colors. You can enjoy the beauty of the fall by going out, closing your eyes, relaxing, and then enjoying all the beautiful colors of the fall. What a great thing. I mean, say you can meditate, you can relax, and still have a colorful screen before your eyes. eyes closed, and yet you see everything. I think this technology would be a great boon to lot many people who are colorblind or not so colorblind. And then we come to another technology. Do you know which is the worst disease today, which nobody talks about? People talk about cancer, people talk about AIDS, people talk about diabetes, people talk about cardiac problems, people talk about neurological problems, they talk about arthritis. But the biggest problem, the biggest disease, which WHO has repeatedly said, is blindness. About 50% of the total population suffers from one or the other sort of blindness. By that I mean not perfect eyesight. There are people who can see things and they are legally blind. There are people who are partially blind. There are people who are absolutely blind. There are people whose optic nerve is damaged. They look all right, but they are not all right. So, there is a cure for that now. It has been tested. It has been tested in Toronto. It has been tested in USA. But the lead is taken by Australia. This is called bionic eye. Bionic eye is a sort of a camera in a spectacle which you wear. And the camera takes the image and transmits it to your brain. So you may be technically blind, but you perceive all the images, perceive all the beauties and the ugliness of nature and life, and can lead a normal life without any impediment. This would relieve, as I said, about 50% of the population. Imagine the fate of a blind person. He is cut off from life. He is cut off from enjoyment. He is cut off from everyday normal human intercourse. The human relationship is wanting. Either there is pity or there is indifference. But you don't take visually challenged people the way an ordinary human being should be taken. And therein lies the rescue of these people. Therein lies the hope for these people, the solace of these people, through bionic eyes. So these 5 technologies which we have talked about, as I said earlier, they are wearables. You can wear them around, you can wear them as a spectacle, you can wear them as an earplug, or they are implants. Now skin is again a wearable, bionic eye is a wearable, color perception is a wearable, but microchip implant and the device to control your decisions, that's an implant. Now comes the ethical part. Is it ethical? I would say, why not? You know, remember, people used to be lame and now they have the Jaipur foot. We have prostheses, prosthetic arms, prosthetic legs. That is a human enhancement. And I would call these technologies, these wearables and these implants basically as human enhancements. They are enhancing the human capability. Where nature has left a person bereft of some boon of life, science has come to the assistance of that man who has been left bereft. So what's wrong with that? What's unethical about that? Unethical would be when the implant is used to misdirect, as I said earlier, in the case of brain checking. But an implant to help you take the right decision is not unethical. This is, as a matter of fact, a gift to the mankind. And these technologies, they might look to be a pipe dream, they are not. As I said, all these 5 technologies have been tested, found perfect and practical. The practical utility of these wearables and these implants, what I call human enhancements, is poised to make a breakthrough in the quality of life of millions, make their lives better, more enjoyable, and more livable, more in commune with the nature and more in commune with the society as a whole. Relieve the pain, relieve the misery, give more enjoyment, more happiness. This is the frontier of the knowledge which we are opening, and we have shown you how technology is enhancing human capability. Let's see how many of us take advantage of it. Have a nice time.